decision that they, I'm sure, do not want to make.
Amy, can I ask a simple question? I mean, if it's right that the politics of subtraction, not addition, make Donald Trump's chances of winning the White House in the general very difficult, what overturns that scenario in your mind? I mean, let's say he's looking strong in the primary, he gets the nomination, the assumption is he can't win the White House, but what would the but be that might change that narrative?
I mean, this is the essential challenge, Katty, which is when you only lose the White House by essentially 42,000 votes spread out over a handful of states, right? Those contests in Arizona and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia were incredibly close. And so you think about, you just shift 40,000 votes out of millions and millions cast. That is not a heavy lift. It doesn't look like that on paper.
Democrats cheated those votes.
And this is the reason why you see this attachment still to the strategy of Trump, or to or you understand the appeal of Trumpism, which is he brings out a whole bunch of new voters. Now, in the hope is that if they bring out just a few more, and if just a few more of those Democrats stay home, or if there are enough disincentives for those voters to turn out, maybe a third-party candidate, something like this, something else on the ballot that can siphon those voters away, like we saw in 2016. Those third-party candidates were essential to Trump's victory. That's how you win. And so the challenge, I think, for Republicans is that they didn't get wiped out in 2020, and that even though 2022 wasn't good, it wasn't a wipeout for Republicans. You need to lose by a lot in order to really get the message that this is not the correct strategy. But if you always keep losing by the tiniest amount, you can justify in every election why this one will be different.
But as Steve Bernanke showed us the results around Wisconsin and the suburbs of Milwaukee, the erosion of Republican support in places where it had been very strong just in the last decade, especially with this Supreme Court election. Publisher and editor-in-chief of the Cook Political Report, Amy Walter, and special correspondent at Vanity Fair, Molly Jong-Fast, who was weeping and calling Mike Barnicle sir when she sat down.
That's right. Absolutely.
Great to see you as always, Molly. Still ahead this morning, Republican Senator Tim Scott of South